just develop the knight. So plenty of time to think of some decent moves. Also plenty of time to suffer the wrath of the specials. If we encounter the specials, I think we're going to take the pot. Oops, crikey, that was a bit keen. I'm going to bring the bishop here, baiting the pawn. Just bring the bishop back. Could bring it here and then just attack their king, but it does block this center pawn, so we will just bring it here. And then we'll just castle. Could just push this pawn, opening the dark square bishop. Continue with the X-ray through to the queen. Could look to develop the knight. So at this point I'm itching to push this pawn here. Does leave this pawn a little bit centered, but gives this knight a bit of activity. So I'm going to push the pawn onto the pawn. He's not interested, he's looking for this type of situation. Knight currently is defending there, but if they get rid of this knight, we do lose tempo, but it is just the bishop in front. So I'm going to hit the bishop with the pawn. Okay, so the small pieces got rid of the bishop. Bishop's moved back. Knight can jump here, but it's just that this pawn will go because the queen is here as well. And it's offered a draw. This bishop doesn't have any protection on, but we don't have anything that can attack it. And our knights are... Let's move this because it doesn't have the attack on the king just yet with the bishop. The bishop doesn't have any protection on, so we can take... Maybe sit it here if the bishop's moving. Oh, they've resigned. Just a quick 3-0. Let's get the knight up. Let's get the bishop in the center. Let's block the bishop in. Oh, let's capture. May as well bring the other bishop out then. Develop the knight. Are we castling? Are we just pushing this pawn? What can I see? I'm going to jump the knight here. Going to move the queen here. And I'm going to basically move this rook here. And then I'm going to just move this pawn. Just get the queen across. And I think we should get the queen across opposite the king. And I think simple capture. It should be all that she wrote, isn't it? Let's just move the queen here. Take the knight. Defending the knight, but the queen's defending the knight anyway. I'm gonna just bring the rook here, opposite the king. So he's seeing our queen off. We can't hit here. The bishop's defending. We can't take there. We can't take there. And we can come across, or we can come straight down. I'm going to come across first. This knight's chomping at the bit to jump here, but we could take. I'm just going to slide it back down again. It's got a bit of a fork on us, so what I'm going to do is, well, I could do that, but then it's got two pieces on there anyway. So we will bring the queen here, pawn can't take because we've got the x-ray through, and we will take with the rook opposite the queen. Knight's looking for some action. Could do this, but the bishop is doing a good job guarding here. We need to speed up now, so I think we will move the knight first. King's moved out of the way, so we will take the queen with a check on the king, and they've resigned. Bit lucky, but hey, them's the apples. 3-0. Let's block the pawn, develop the knight, supporting the pawn, going to capture the pawn. Let's just stop this pawn from stopping our knight from developing. And shall we bring the bishop out, ready for castling. Castling is key. Every move that you make on the chessboard, it has to mean something. Oh, we've lost the pawn. Did we lose tempo? Is there something key that we've missed? Interesting. It's an interesting situation, that. Yep, so we went and moved there. We probably should have maybe moved this bishop to support first. But we didn't. So the answer to chess, just bring the bishop through, and he's got our rook, but this is a very good position for us. Let's just take this pawn here, take with the queen, improves the position of the queen. It's on this pawn here at the minute, and let's just bring this here, looking for a quick and dirty. We don't do quick and dirties, but the position's allowing us that. But obviously they're just going to go like this. Oh, they've gone with the queen, so we could get a pawn if we wanted to, and the bishop is on the queen, so the queen may think he's getting the bishop for free. Our queen can take it back if he does, but they're thinking for a long time, and I think they'll just go with the rook attacking the queen. They've not done that either, so we could get another pawn. But what's the situation looking like? It's looking like they're going to get our bishop off the board somehow. It's attacking our pawn at the minute. So I'm going to bring the queen here, because it is protecting this at the minute, and they have not seen that, so we will take the queen off the board. So we talked it through, the potential of these things happening, and it did actually happen. The answer to chess. Looks like the opponent's left the game. And that's from being down a pawn as well. But we did say positionally, don't know if it's going to be working for them. We'll claim victory on that, and we'll take a look at the analysis. The answer to chess is not a perfect thing. It's not a clinical, like an exact science or anything like that. The answer to chess is how you feel in the game, what sort of solutions you're providing for the game. Yeah, look at that gauge bar. Fantastic. Right, okay, so boom, boom, boom. Yes, so we should have brought, I think we should have brought the bishop in. So it's saying bishop d7, yeah. So we got carried away with ourselves, thinking of going castling. Mistakes are made in openings, everybody makes them. And it's how you come back from that. So it's like +3 for them. We knew we'd made an error. Now we're just thinking, okay, that feels for us, doesn't feel like it's giving them a good position on the board. What the computer's showing, it's +3.2, so really, they should be advantageous. materially they are advantageous. So that's probably why it's saying 3.2. But on the whole, you know, most people in a situation like this would say, well, you're losing. But we said to ourselves, I don't think the position works for them, but you know, it depends on what the opponent played. So we captured and we captured. So it's brought it down to +2 now, which is okay. We did mention we are on the pawn here, and they castled. We brought the bishop through, looking to see if we can tantalize a little bit on the pawn here. They see it, they go for the exchange, and we take the pawn. It is actually saying take the queen. It's just saying take the queen because we would have got a pawn back with the bishop as well. But we didn't do that, so it gave them an extra +1, and then it took down the +1 because they moved the queen, and then we went for the pawn. And look at that, it's gone +4.7. One of the rooks should have hit us. Yeah, as we said. And I was thinking, well, if they do, maybe we'll just come back around here. But then obviously the rook can come down here, start putting checks on, etc. And we'd have to start moving the king. But they didn't do that. They went for what we had said potentially they could be thinking. Yeah, thinking the queen is actually on the pawn, it's going to take the pawn. Our queen is actually in this position and we can take the queen off the board. These things happen. Even in the worst case scenarios of your chess games, there's some type of answer in there. It all depends on what the opponent plays. If the opponent's playing really good and they're blocking everything off, then you're going to have to wear the error that you've made in the game. But if they don't, just tuning into the answer to chess. Just pushing the pawn through into the center. Let's get the knight up, developing the knight, and let's attack the pawn. Let's take the pawn, let's take the knight, and let's get the bishop out, making space for castling. Shall we bait a pawn? Shall we get the knight out, supporting the pawn? And I can't do a bishop blocker, which is annoying. So I'm going to just castle. And then bring the rook here, supporting the pawn from the bishop attack. And just preparing myself. Let's get the bishop now, x-raying through to the queen. Got to move faster now. So the queen is down, looking to attack the b-pawn, maybe. Don't really know what sort of position that is. So the bishop's coming back, smaller piece, attacking a higher piece. Usually can't be wrong. The queen is coming into the den, so just bring the bishop here and hit the queen with a smaller piece. It's looking for a fork, but there's nothing supporting it apart from the queen. Queen's gone back. Has it landed on anything dangerous? Let's just take. And shall we go and attack, or shall we get the queen in a bit? The knight's going to move because the bishop's going to be on it. So let's bring the queen here. Bishop's coming here, attacking the queen. It's got the rook as well. Does it improve their position on the board? That is the question that we are asking ourselves. Let's have a look. Take a bit of a moment. What else can be done in this situation? Can we take? We can't take. Can the knight block? The knight can block, but we lose the knight because he's got 2-on-1. Okay, let's move. Let's take with the king. We're ready. We're ready. So just because they've taken the higher piece doesn't mean they've won the game. It's a piece for a piece. So we will do... Oh, we were going to get fancy and arty then. Going to move the knight. Attacking the queen. Sometimes they can forget, but they haven't forgotten. So let's bring the bishop here. So now they're looking to trade. Shall we try and make it a bit difficult for them? Shall we? Ooh, I don't know about that one. The knight is stuck on the rim a little bit. What else can we do? Let's hit this knight. Smaller piece attacking a higher piece. We're going to have to bullet now. This pawn is ready to be taken. Let's take it. Come and attack the rook if it all goes well. No, the knight's defending that area, going to take. Hit the rook. He's got my knight. I moved a bit too fast there for myself. We can hit their rook and support the port knight. Oh, thank you very much. But it's even Stevens, isn't it? I'm gonna have to push the pawn. Well, +1, but didn't get many bennies. Now we've got 2 linked pawns here, so that should give them a bit of a problem in terms of stopping a promotion. Looks like they've left the game, the signal's gone. The answer to chess. We'll take a look at the analysis, but it seemed to play through quite okay for us. If buts and maybes, etc., the exchanges were happening, but we had an advantage in terms of the pawn structure being more advanced up the board with the pawn majority we had. But we'll have a look and see what the computer says about it all. Let's just go back. In fact, let's just go from the top. And bringing the bishop out and castling, etc. Their queen is down early. It's trying to make some space. We're capturing. Yet doesn't like that because we are going to be losing the rook. But what did we say? We took a while over it. We tried to find something that could make it work for us, but at the end of the day, it's a piece for a piece. Yes, in the eyes of playing over the board, etc., you know, losing the rook for a bishop, it's not equal. The computer's showing that, it's showing -3. But we're here practicing and influencing our answer to chess. So we're trying not to cry over spilt milk. We've made another mistake, but can we do anything about it? Knight comes across, we try and slyly go for the queen, but they're not having any of that. We moved the bishop, we gave stories to everything that we were doing, and then we captured the pawn and captured, and it's now -4, but pretty similar to one of the other games where it ended up being like -4 type thing. And we moved the bishop, we're attacking the rook, and obviously they're still doing the good moves because it's still showing -4, but this capture, I'm not too sure what made them do that. It is saying rook takes c2, this one. So it had an advantage. I was just being defensive, wasn't I? So I'm not sure why they did that. Did they think it was trapped, the rook or something? Or did they think that this pawn couldn't take for some reason? Don't understand that. Yeah, so taking there would have been okay for them. Knight's now defended, so we could move the bishop out of the way. Can't attack here, could attack here, could bring it, maybe not there, could bring it back, could bring it back. Yeah, alright, so they had the pawn capture. But yes, they were under pressure. They've got 1 minute and 44, so they had plenty of time really. So that's what gave us the breaks. And then from there we got 2 linked pawns basically against the rook. The king's too far over the other side. That's the way chess plays out sometimes, and it's being able to take advantage of those types of errors that the opponent makes. If you're playing somebody human, they're going to make human mistakes, they're going to make errors, they're going to make miscalculations. The answer to chess. Let's block the pawn. Let's develop the knight supporting the pawn. Support the pawn with the pawn. Capture the pawn. And let's bring the bishop here, as we do. Because the knight is on the queen, they know this, so they're a little bit clever. bishop's probably coming here to hit the queen. Maybe the bishop or something. No? Alright, let's take. We've got a thinker. Let's get the knight up. Might as well take. And take. Hit the knight. It's hitting the bishop. Maybe we don't give the bishop up just yet. Shall we attack this pawn? It's got no protection on. Shall we? Ooh, very clever. Very clever. I'm going to bring the bishop here. It's not a good position now because we've not had time to castle. He's going to potentially double up on the bishop. He's got a few moves to get rid of those first. And I think we can take the pawn. It's just we're going to have to babysit this bishop. Could be a problem. It's all based on whether they make the right moves or not. If the knight moves, if this knight moves first, then we're, ooh, so he's moved that knight, so it gives us time to castle. So the answer to chess is how you're feeling in this moment, in this game, right here, right now. He's hitting two pawns. One of them will kind of trap it in a little bit. So if we hit like this and he takes this, then he's kind of trapped in there a bit. Because the rook can come and attack it. It's a little bit like that movie, The Silent Flute. You know, where the blind kung fu master runs around, hides things, and he knows everything that's going on. And why does he know it? It's because he's been there before. We could actually go here like this. And attack the knight and attack the rook. I think we'll do that, and then the knight takes, the rook takes, and then the. Ooh, but he's got our bishop as well. Interesting. So we could go like this and put a check on. Must have left the game. What have they left the game for? It's not won. I've probably made a mistake. So he goes there. We take. We're on the rook. The rook has to make a decision. Probably goes to attack. He's not come back. Right, we'll claim victory. Let's have a look at the analysis on that. I don't think it's too dangerous. It's minus 1.1. So basically they have to do something which is take. Then we would take. And then rook e1 it's saying. So it's bringing the rook back. Do we have time to take this knight? Not yet. So we could do this, but the knight escapes. I don't like playing against the computer, but we could do that. But then, as he said, if he does take the pawn, we would just attack it here. It's saying bishop takes f6, and then g takes f6. Not the bishop. But the rook's on the going to be on the. Don't think I like them apples. Take with the bishop. Knight d6. So it's going to save the knight, is it? So it's going in with the knight d6. So it's attacking the pawn here. So it could have played out quite nicely if the opponent had made some actions. So we weren't winning, but we found some type of answer to cause them to capitulate. That's the idea. Like we said, it's not any perfect science type thing. It's how you feel in the game and using your own personal mantra as to making the decisions that you're making on the board. It's not going to be perfect. It might look ugly, but if you have something to fall back on in terms of your choice selection in the game, then it's your game, and that's how you develop and build a little bit better and get more enjoyment out of your games anyway. I know that's happened for me anyway. So block this pawn. Attack the pawn. Develop the bishop. Maybe attack this, but I don't do the fried liver thing anyway. Castle. Okay, let's bring this in. See if we can open up some space towards the king. He's not interested. See what the bishop wants to do then. Interesting situation. Okay, looks like we'll get the bishop off. Just keep pushing. Just develop the knight. One of these. He's conscious of his knight and knight. Alright, so let's move this knight out of the way. See if we can attack the king area. But one of these. Queen's gone supporting the pawn. This doesn't have any protection, we can't get to it. We need to move a bit quicker. We could hit this, but it puts a lot of pressure on this pawn here. Yeah. Take. Let's go opposite the queen. Say one of these, but it's congested with these, so something's going to happen with the bishop here coming out. And like I said, it's going to put a lot of pressure on there, so I'm going to bring the rook here supporting this pawn. Then the knight wants to get out into the game, and then these want to get into activity. Right, okay, so there's nothing behind the knight. I think we should just, because this pawn's got too much pressure on it, potential. Rook hitting the queen, as we are still hitting here, but he's brought everything to protect this pawn, so they're doing things to try and rectify a problem, potential problem. Oh, and they've resigned. Let's have a look at the situation. It's looking quite meaty for us. Didn't feel that meaty, but we felt like we were trying to at least... Let's see if there's any big blobs at the beginning. Pushed up, developed the knight, developed the bishop. We don't do the fry, but it felt positionally like we're going to do something with the bishop. So either baiting pawns down or... So went for the... So that little tiny loss in tempo, I think, with the bishop going backwards might have been a little bit of good flavour for us. Slightest of advantages, that's all in my head anyway. And then they're doing dancing with the knights, not moving these at the minute. So we're looking to attack. It dropped a bit, didn't it? It's nothing too major. We understand what we were trying to do. They brought the queen across. We're attacking. This poor pawn's going to have pressure potentially on it. Yeah, so could end up doubling our pawns if we let that happen. And if the knight takes, then the queen will be taking the pawn. So that's why we brought the rook across and started pushing forward. Yep, so that was fairly neat. Okay, the answer to chess, 10 and 0, a little bit longer. It's 0 increment. Not sure if the opponent's going to be starting though. Okay, let's just start a new one. Okay, took a while starting there. Let's just attack the pawn with the knight as we do, and again just hitting the center, seeing if we can get any breaks in there, just to mess any stonewall type of thought processes up, if we can. Things may be different. Going to capture the pawn just to get things rolling. So our personal mantra is like simple direct moves to remove pieces from the board strategically. Going to take. Don't really like this type of opening. It looks simple, but it ends up being a bit convoluted. Let's just attack the bishop. Just trying to develop pieces. So I'm giving them the bishop. If they take, then we're developing a knight. So at least we've got 2 pieces developed. Okay, so get the knight out. So we've got 2 pieces developed. And there's behind 2 moves in a sense, which is good for us. We're also attacking this pawn, so you'd expect either the king to move or the pawn to drop, whichever. So he's looking to double his pawn, so I think we'll go for establishing another weakness. And this is the part about the game, this opening I don't really like. So we castle, and then the king just sits here, and then we don't find a way through. I'm going to put a check on the king. Looks like we're getting this pawn, which is good. Normally they would go there, you see, so I'm not so sure why they went there. So we'll take this pawn. Is there anything else? Look to double now. Oh, not doubling because of the pawn here. I don't like this opening. It makes you feel like you're getting something, but then there's just a massive trade of the rooks and stuff, and luckily we're +1, because normally they don't usually bring the queen down opposite the rook. Yeah, so just going for trades now, so I'm just going to hit the rook. Only because we're +1, and he's moved his king down, he's lost his rook. He's lost his rook, got the fork. Okay, so they may resign now at this point, or just give pieces up. Could even just do a preemptive. No, they're not doing that. So we'll hit the king just to get the knight out of there. And just move the knight down. Attacking the knights, we can move the knight and maybe attack his knight. We're losing pawns, aren't we? Let's just bring the knight here. Okay, they're helping me practice my endgame. Ah, yeah, the knight. I told you. Told you they would be giving it up. Let's just bring this rook across here then. Seeing as they're still playing on. I think they're looking for some sort of stalemate stuff, aren't they? Let's just bring this rook here. Attack the pawn, although the king's defending. I thought I'd trapped my knight then, you know. Because we can come back around again, can't we? Let's take. Let's take. Let's move it back around again. Capture. This king's still got space to move, so I think we'll just push the pawn now. Okay, bit of a strange game, but it was that opening I don't like, and the opponent just made a slight error with the king, because they weren't doing too bad up until that point of not moving the king, I think anyway. So just there, and there, and there. Yeah, so that's all pretty usual stuff, but doesn't like that bishop move, interestingly. Oh, because it doubles the pawns. Yeah. Well, normally they move the king here to protect the pawn. Or they do this, one or the other. But we take, did it say taking? Bishop takes e6? Yeah, it does say taking. Yeah, again, probably moving here. What is it saying? Knight f6, so it's actually saying knight f6, not moving the king. Yeah, Yeah, so in any event, we could push here and defend, etc, etc. So that didn't happen. And that's when it went a little bit south. But it's been able to see those things, that's the thing. It's been able to take advantage of those smallest of advantages. I didn't think it was that big an advantage, but yeah. Because you can still make mistakes, even though they're still playing on. You can still make mistakes, you can still lose pieces, lose the position, end up being in a stalemate of some sort that you didn't even think you had because you're so focused on going and getting promotion. So you always have to keep sharp all the way through the games.